Hello 7th class, how are you? First of all, happy Independence Day. Let's pray together that we will get independence from this coronavirus and we will have an independent life, so we will move in this world independently. So let's start today's lesson. Today's lesson I am going to discuss second physical feature of Australia, that is Central Lowlands. From the name, this is Central Lowlands. It is in the center of the Western Plateau and Eastern Highlands. And this is lowland. It's below the sea level. Okay, and it lies between the central Western Australia and the Eastern Lowland. So, and its extent is from Gulf of Carpentaria to down up to south here, Murray-Darling River Basin. Okay. Murray River is the divide the New South Wales and the Victoria. It is the boundary line between New South Wales and Victoria, with the Murray River creating a dividing line between New South Wales and Victoria. So the Central Lowlands again we divide into three major parts. First is Great Artesian Basin, that Eyre Lake, and third one is the Murray-Darling River Basin. First, we will discuss these three important parts of Central Lowlands one by one. Let's first discuss the Lake Eyre basins. From the name, it's a lake, but it is a salty lake water, and most of this part is desert and dry area. Here, and this area is the inland drainage area. Because most river flows here, but all the rivers merge in this land. It will finish in the land masses. So due to this we will call inland drainage area. And this is most of its dry part. And now second one is Murray-Darling River Basin. This Murray-Darling River Basin is the most fertile basin because the alluvial deposits brought down by the rivers Murray and Darling. These rivers flow westward to the Great Artesian Basin. It is, as you know, this Murray-Darling River Basin originates from the Eastern Highlands and it will go down here, and then in the end it will merge into the Southern Ocean. And now most important part, the Great Artesian Basin. This is the important part of the Central Lowlands. And in exam also, if question comes, write a note on the Great Artesian Basin. You have to draw this diagram and you have to also explain. I am going to explain. The Great Artesian Basin is a vast underground rock formation filled with artesian water that extend across much of the Eastern Australia. Now understand. This is Artesian Basin means it is an underground water reservoir. It reserves the water underground. Like we also have water in the earth we will use as a reservoir, but here it is different. Like in India and some we have very down, but here water is not down, it is on up. Okay, so due to this is artesian water, okay, that extend across from here, from Eastern Australia. It is from Brisbane, it covers little bit small part of Brisbane, New South Wales and Victoria, okay, and some small part of South Australia also, but mostly New South Wales it covers and Victoria, it's dominate this part. So Artesian Basin is known for his underground water reserves. High underground water reserves, layers of porous rock. It is, look at the diagram, this one. What happened? Rain comes and rain seep in this rock, and this is a porous rock, mean which do not have a porous rock means which have pores, holes. Due to pores, water will go up, down, and even then this water is a filtered water. And it will upward, you can say that non-porous rock, down also non-porous rock, means from where water will not go out, because these rocks have no hole and this one have hole. Due to hole, this rock have a hole, so water will go up, down, but not go down, very down in the sea, or don't go upwards on the earth. So when they drill a well and then water gushes out like a fountain. It comes spontaneous rapidly in the form of a fountain, as you can see. Look here, rain comes and this is rock, artesian rock. Okay, it is a porous rock which have holes. Okay, due to those holes, water will go up, down to the non-porous, where we have no holes, so water is already filtered. So water will go here and this rock works like a reservoir. So it holds the water. this rock have the capacity or ability to hold the water, and due to when they will dig a well, and here no need to put the pump, its water comes just like that. Okay, like in India we will bore it and we will install a pump, then water will come or use electricity. Here no use of electricity, nothing. As we dig a well, water will come as a gush, spontaneously come with rapid pressure, because here is too much water, because it will not go down. Most of the water reservoirs stay here. So here we have water pressure, and as I told you, water it's a lowland. Due to lowlands, water is not that down, it is upward in this rock. So this rock works like a reservoir, and we dig a well, so water will come out with a gush in spontaneously, rapidly, as in the form of fountain. So this aquifer, this rock is also, we can say that aquifer. Okay. So the aquifer lies between two known porous layers of rock. This is porous rock which have holes, and these are two non-porous rocks. This reservoir where it is lies between the two non-porous rock. So it is all about artesian basin. If you will say we didn't understand, I will try to explain you again. Okay, this is all about central lowland. Now come on the western plateau. Western plateau, as we from the name, it is on the west side, but it includes large plateau. It is made to hard rocks. This part is made of hard rocks. Where in this western plateau we have states Western Australia, Northern Territory, and also we have large part of South Australia. Okay, see in the map, this one. This is Northern Territory, this is Western Australia, and here we have down South Australia. So here we mostly part is desert. Upward we have Great Sandy Desert, that Gibson Desert, and then Great Victoria Desert. Here we have one mountain range also, Darling Range. Okay, and this part is also rich in minerals. And here in Northern Territory we have a very heritage feature that is called Uluru Rocks or Ayers Rock. Okay, as I told you before in last video, that Aboriginal people, native people of Australia, they pray for this rock, and that this rock is very sacred to them. And even then in the book also it is written. Here look at the picture. This is sunset at Uluru, and when morning, when sun rise at that time and sunset time, this rock will get very red. Very red means very red. So this is also a tourist attraction also, and this is the rich heritage of Australia. So look in the book, 70%, 5% is Western Plateau. It includes Great Sandy Desert, as I told you, Great Victoria and Gibson Desert. These three important deserts, if comes, write the name of three important deserts, you must write Great Sandy, Great Victoria and Gibson Center. And in the center part. Okay, it's the central part mostly. The central part of the region seldom receives rain, very less rain. Water in the region comes from a heartful permanent water holes. Here we have water holes, which one we use to take the water. Only rain, heavy downpour brings in some surface of water. In some area of this central western plateau we will get rain. And the vegetation is also sparse. Very means less. Somewhere we have, because this most of the part is desert. Okay. Mainly consisting of scrub or tussock grasses. This area has a Uluru. This is the important feature of this part. And Ayers Rock. We will say Ayers Rock. It is written here also. Uluru is notable for appearing to change color at different times of the day and year. It glows red at dawn and sunset. Uluru is sacred to the Aboriginal people. The Anangu. The area around the Uluru is home to rock caves and ancient paintings. Uluru is listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it is all about the two features of physical features of Australia, the central lowland and western plateau. Again, when it comes Great Artesian Basin, you have to draw this diagram and have to write about this thing. Okay, and one more important thing. It is not about this lesson. It is all about others lesson also from in your syllabus. We have 4 chapters. All the keywords which is written down the page, you must have to memorize. Okay, try to understand and then memorize. Okay, so any question will come in the means define this, what is the meaning of this, so you must read and remember. Okay, thank you for today's lesson. Have a good day and also have a good weekend. Thank you.